Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to talk about multiplying whole numbers. Let's see. All right. Well, first, let's do this. Okay. So let's look at an example together. In this problem, we're asked to multiply 89 times 13. So with multiplication, we're always going to go from right to left. So first, I'm supposed to multiply the 3 by everything at the top. And because I'm starting from right to left, I'm going to start by doing 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. I'm going to put the 7 and carry the 2. Then 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 is 26. So now that I added this 2, I can erase it to not get confused later on. Now I'm supposed to multiply the red number by everything at the top. Oops, I erased the yellow marking instead. So I'm multiplying the 1 by everything at the top. Because I'm about to start a new row for the red number, I have to add a placeholder, which is a 0. It's always a 0. Then I multiply 1 times 9, which is 9. 1 times 8 is 8. And we're going to add those two numbers. Please make sure the numbers align. If it helps, separate them using the place value chart lines. All right, 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 9 is 15. 5, and I carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. So my answer is 1,157. Let's look at another example together. This one asks us to multiply 487 times 23. So first step is I need to multiply, like we said, we're going to go right to left. So I need to multiply 3 times 7, then 3 times 8, then 3 times 4. 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to put the 1 and carry the 2. 3 times 8 is 24, plus the 2, that's 26. So now 6, and I carry another 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2, that's 14. So I'm going to put all of the 14 because there's nothing else. That's the last step. Now I'm going to erase all the numbers that I already carry. And I'm going to multiply the 2 by the 7, by the 8, and by the 4. Like we said, because we're starting a second row, I have to put a placeholder, which is a 0. And then I'm going to multiply 2 times 7, which is 14, 4, and I carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1, 17, 7, and I carry another 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then I'm going to add those numbers. Again, separate the numbers with place value chart lines to make it easier. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 plus 4 is 10. 0, and I carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 2, and I carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. So we end up with 11,201 as my answer. Let's look at one more example. In this example right here, we have 460 times 50. Now for this one, you can do it the regular way, which is to multiply the 0 by everything at the top. 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 6 is 0, 0 times 4 is 0. And then the 5 by everything at the top. But before I do the second number, I gotta add my placeholder, which is a 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 0, and I carry the 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. And then I'm going to add those numbers. I'm going to align them, make sure to align them. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0, 0. 3 plus nothing is 3. 2 plus nothing is 2. So that will give me 23,000 as my answer. An easier way to do any numbers that have zeros in them is to bring down all the zeros at the end of your final answer. So for example, in this problem, we have 2 zeros. So I'm going to put them on the side, and I will erase them and bring them back after I get my final answer. So right now, all I have to do is 5 times 6 and 5 times 4. 5 times 6 is 30, 0 and I carry the 3. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. And now I'm going to bring down those 2 zeros that were in my original problem. So my final answer would still be 23,000. This method is called standard algorithm. There is another method that we talked about in class. It's called partial products method, and that's referred to sometimes as the box method. So the way the box method works again is we need to split this number. So 89 means 80 plus 9. And 13 is the same thing as 10 plus 3. You want to split it into easy numbers. So saying 70 plus 19 is not very easy. You want to try to split it into whole numbers, if possible numbers with zeros, so they're easy to multiply. So in this case, 89, and it doesn't matter if you put that on the top or on the side. 13 is the same thing as 10 plus 3. Now wherever you see the plus signs, I'm going to drag them to form the sections of my rectangle. And then I'm going to multiply. So 80 times 10, again, because I have zeros, I can take off the zeros and add them after I get my final answer. So right now, all I have to multiply is 8 times 1, which is 8. And then I'm going to add the 2 zeros that I took off. So I have 800. Now, I'm going to multiply 9 times 10. 9 times 10 is 90. For this section, I have 80 times 3. I'll take off the 0 in the 80, just multiply 8 times 3, which is 24, and then add the 0 later on. So that will give me 240. Last but not least, we have 3 times 9, which is 27. To find the answer using partial product, all you have to do is add up all the numbers in the boxes, so all the yellow numbers in this case. The key when you add them is to make sure they align. So you want to make sure the ones go under the ones, the tens go under the tens, and the hundreds go under the hundreds. And this is a crazy 4, but let me fix it. Oops. All right. So 0 plus 0 plus 7 plus 0 is just 7. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 4 is 15. That's 5. And they carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So your answer, like we said earlier, is 1,157.